Vandeyam Shri Guru Shiyatha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parajana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vidam Sya Om Ajnana Timrandasya Gyanajana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bistam Supurakam Guruganarasi Shasam Bhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindam Vidam Ujvalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noi Bija Pradam Devam Divyatanam Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasidam Saraswatanam Varam Bandetam Shivaram Mareka Sharanam Nyashishvara Sridharam Manshakopatarubyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila, Chapter 9, Lord Chaitanya's Travels to the Holy Places. Text number 64. Mahaprabhu Chali Aila Tripati Trimale Chaturbhuja Murti Deki Venkatadriye Shale. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu next arrived at Tirupati and Tirumala, where he saw a four-handed deity. Then he proceeded toward Venkata Hill. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has actually described the chronological order of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's visit. The Tirupati temple is sometimes called Tirupatur. It is situated on the northern side of Arcot in the district of Chandragiri. It is a famous holy place of pilgrimage in pursuance of his name, Venkateshwara, the four-handed Lord Vishnu, the deity of Balaji, with his potency named Sri and Bhu, is located on Venkata Hill about 8 miles from Tirupati. This Venkateshwara deity is in the form of Lord Vishnu, and the place where he is situated is known as Venkata Kshetra. There are many temples in southern India, but this Balaji temple is especially opulent. A great fair is held there in the month of Ashvina, September-October. There is a railway station called Tirupati on the Southern Railway. Nimna Tirupati is located in the valley of Venkata Hill. There are several temples there also, among which are those of Govindaraj and Lord Ramachandra. Sripati Asiya Koila Sri Rama Darshan Raghunatha Age Koila Pranamastavan. After arriving at Tirupati, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Lord Ramachandra. He offered his prayers and obeisances before Ramachandra, the descendant of King Raghu. Sraprabhave Loka Savar Karana Vishmoy Panana Shinge Aila Prabhudoya Moy. Everywhere Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went, his influence astonished everyone. He next arrived at the temple of Pananashringa. The Lord is so merciful. Nishringe pranati stuti primaveshe koila prabhura prabhave lok chamatkara hoila. In great ecstatic love, Mahaprabhu offered obeisances and prayers unto Lord Nrsimha. The people were astonished to see Lord Chaitanya's influence. Shiva Kanchiya Siya Koila Shiva Darshan Prabhavi Vaishnava Koila Sab Shaiva Gan. Arriving at Shiva Kanchi, Mahaprabhu visited the deity of Lord Shiva. By his influence, he converted all the devotees of Lord Shiva into Vaishnavas. Vishnu Kanchiyashi Dekila Lakshmi Narayan Pranam Koriya Koila Bahuta Stavan. The Lord then visited a holy place known as Vishnu Kanchi. There he saw Lakshmi Narayan deities, and he offered his respects and many prayers to please them. Premaveshe Nritya Gita Bahuta Korila Dina Dui Rohi Loke Krishna Bhakta Koila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed at Vishnu Kanchi for 2 days, he danced and performed kirtan in ecstasy. When all the people saw him, they were converted into devotees of Lord Krishna. So Mahaprabhu, everywhere he goes, people see him, they're immediately affected by Mahaprabhu's divine presence, and then by his influence, they become, their conception of life becomes changed, and they become devotees. Trimalai, Deki Gela, Trikala, Hastistane, Mahadeva, Deki Tare, Korila, Praname. After visiting Trimalai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Trikalahasti. There he saw Lord Shiva, and offered him all respects and obeisances. So Mahaprabhu is visiting different temples. Since the chapter is called Lord Chaitanya's Travels to the Holy Places, so he's going on pilgrimage throughout South India. And while doing so, everywhere he goes, people are brought in contact with the Gaudiya Vaishnava conception, and they become devotees. Paki Tirtha Deki Koila Shiva Darshan Britakola Tirtha Itabe Korela Gaman. At Pakshi Tirtha, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Lord Shiva. Then he went to the Vritakola place of pilgrimage. Paki Tirtha, also called Trikadi Kundam, is located 9 miles southeast of Chimlipad. Now the word Pakshi, or Paki, means birds, or bird. It has a 500-foot elevation and is situated in a chain of hills known as Vedagiri, or Vedachalam. There is a temple of Lord Shiva there, and the deity is known as Vedagirishvar. 2 birds come there daily to receive food from the temple priest, and it is claimed that they have been coming since time immemorial. Shvedavaraha deki thare namaskari pitambara shivastani gela gorahari. At Vritakola, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Shvedavaraha, the white boar incarnation. After offering him respects, the Lord visited the temple of Lord Shiva, wherein the deity is dressed with yellow garments. Shiali Bhairavi Devi Koridarshan Kaviraj Tire Aila Sachiranandan. After visiting the temple of Shiali Bhairavi, a form of goddess Durga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Sachi, went to the bank of the river Kaveri. Gosamaji Shiva Deki Aila Bedavan Mahadev Dekitare Korila Bandhan. The Lord then visited a place known as Gosamaj, where he saw Lord Shiva's temple. He then arrived at Vedavan, where he saw another deity of Lord Shiva and offered him prayers. Gosamaj is a place of pilgrimage for the devotees of Lord Shiva. It is very important and is located near Vedavan. Amrita Linga Shiva Deki Bandhana Korila Sab Shiva Loye Shaiva Vaishnava Hoila. Seeing the Shiva deity named Amrita Linga, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his obeisances. Thus he visited all the temples of Lord Shiva and converted the devotees of Lord Shiva into Vaishnavas. Devastaniya Soquel Vishnu Darshan Shri Vaishnavera Sange Tahan Goshti Anukan. At Devastan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the temple of Lord Vishnu, and there he talked with the Vaishnavas in the disciplic succession of Ramanujacharya. These Vaishnavas are known as Sri Vaishnavas. Kumbhakarna Kapaledeki Sarovara Shiva Chetra Shiva Deke Goranga Sundar. At Kumbhakarna Kapala, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw a great lake, and then the holy place named Shiva Chetra, where a temple of Lord Shiva is located. Kumbhakarna is the name of the brother of Ravana. At the present moment, the city of Kumbhakarna Kapala is known as Kumbhakonam. It is situated 24 miles northeast of the city of Tanjore. Papanashane Vishnu Koiladarshan Shirangat Ketre Tabe Korilagaman. After visiting the holy place named Shiva Chetra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at Papanashan and there saw the temple of Lord Vishnu. Then he finally reached Sri Rangachetra. Kavirite snan kore deke rangana stuti pranati kore manila kritarta. After bathing in the river Kaveri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the temple of Ranganath and offered his ardent prayers and obeisances. Thus he felt himself successful. Premaveshe koila bahuta gana nartan deke chamatkara koila sabha lokeraman. In the temple of Ranganath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanted and danced in ecstatic love of Godhead. Seeing his dancing, everyone struck with wonder. Sri Vaishnavek Venkatabatanam Prabhurini Mantrana Koila Koriya Saman. A Vaishnava known as Venkatabhata then invited Mahaprabhu to his home with great respect. Sri Venkatabhata was a Vaishnava Brahmin and an inhabitant of Sri Rangachetra. He belonged to the disciplic succession of Sri Ramanujacharya. Sri Ranga is one of the places of pilgrimage in the province of Tamil Nadu. The inhabitants of that province do not retain the name Venkata. It is therefore supposed that Venkatabhata did not belong to that province, although he may have been residing there for a very long time. Venkatabhata was in a branch of the Ramanuja Sampradaya known as Badagali. He had a brother in the Ramanuja Sampradaya known as Sripad Prabhudananda Saraswati. The son of Venkatabhata was later known in the Gaudiya Sampradaya as Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and he established the Radha Raman temple in Vrindavan. So, all these persons are very famous among the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. First is Venkatabhata, who received Mahaprabhu while Mahaprabhu was traveling on pilgrimage. Venkatabhata received him at the temple of Sri Kshetra. And then his son, Venkadabhatta's son, Venkadabhatta became converted by Mahaprabhu, and Venkadabhatta's son is Gopal Bhatta Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, who established the temple of Radharaman. And Venkadabhatta's brother, who is not named Sripad Prabodhananda Saraswati, who's a very, very wonderful poet who's glorified Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very beautifully in his writings. So those members of the family are famous, and they all became changed, converted by the presence of Mahaprabhu when he visited Sri Kshetra. Mahaprabhu was traveling, and because Chaturmasya came up, he stayed there for 4 months in Kshetra. Chaturmasya is the rainy season, the monsoon season. So typically, when the devotees, when sadhus are traveling, they stop traveling during the 4 months of the monsoon season, because it would be very inconvenient to travel at that time. The rains are such that you can become completely soaked. Everything you're wearing becomes soaked in a matter of less than a minute. Once you're in much less than a minute when you're in. It's like buckets of water coming down. So, not very convenient for sadhus to travel because they're going by foot. Not very convenient to travel that time of the Chaturmasya, the rainy season. So Mahaprabhu stayed at Sri Kshetra with Venkadabhatta. Nijagari loya koila para prakalan se jala loya koila se bamshe bakan. Sri Venkadabhatta took Mahaprabhu to his home. After he washed the Lord's feet, all the members of his family drank the water. Bekakaranya Kichu Koila Nibedan Chaturmasya Asi Prabhu Hoila Upasan. After offering lunch to the Lord, Venkadabhatta submitted that the period of Chaturmasya had already arrived. Chaturmasya Kripa Kore Rahamuragare Krishna Kata Kohe Kripai Udara Amare. Venkadabhatta said, "Please be merciful to me and stay at my house during Chaturmasya. Speak about Lord Krishna's pastimes and kindly deliver me by your mercy." Tadagare Rohila Prabhu Krishna Katarase Bhattasange Gonaila Suke Charimase. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained at the house of Venkadabhatta for 4 continuous months. The Lord passed his days in great happiness, enjoying the transcendental mellow of discussing Lord Krishna's pastimes. Krishna Katha Rase. Kaviraj Snanakore Shirangadarshan Prati Dina Primabeshe Korananartani. While there, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his bath in the river Kaveri and visited the temple of Sri Ranga. Every day the Lord also danced in ecstasy. Sondar Jari Primabeshe Deki Sarvalok Deki Bari Aishe Deki Kande Duka Shok. The beauty of Lord Chaitanya's body and his ecstatic love of God were witnessed by everyone. Many people used to come to see him, and as soon as they saw him, all their unhappiness and distress vanished. Laka laka lok aila nana desha hoite sab Krishna namo kohe Prabhu ke dekite. Many hundreds of thousands of people from various countries came to see the Lord, and after seeing him, they all chanted the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So here, many people come to see Mahaprabhu, and it says, from Nana Desh. It says different countries. What this means is actually India itself consists of what you would say, although it's called Indian as a country, it consists of many countries because there are many places in India and they all, many states, and they all speak and write different languages. So when we speak of coming from different desh, it can be translated as country, but it also means lands, many distant lands and from many places. They came to see Mahaprabhu when he's staying at Rangachetra. Krishna nama bina keho nahi kohear sabe Krishna bhakta hoila loke chamatkar. Indeed, they did not chant anything but the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and all of them became Lord Krishna's devotees. Thus the general populace was astonished. So this is one of Mahaprabhu's main ways of converting so many people to his conception is through the liberal distribution of chanting of the holy name, of giving people the Maha Mantra. In this way, their conception changes. Shri Rangachetre Vaishe Jata Vaishnava Brahman Ek Deen Sabe Koila Nimantran. All the Vaishnava Brahmins residing in Sri Rangachetra invited the Lord to their homes. Indeed, he had an invitation every day. Ek dine chaturmasya purna hoila kataka brahmana bhikka ditena paila. Each day the Lord was invited by a different Brahmin, but some of the Brahmins did not get the opportunity to offer him lunch because the period of chaturmasya came to an end. Say Chatre Rohe Ek Vaishnava Brahman Devaloye Ase Kore Gita Avartan. In the holy place of Sri Rangachetra, a Brahmin Vaishnava used to visit the temple daily and recite the entire text of the Bhagavad Gita. Astadashadhyaya Pariyananda Abheshe Ashuddha Padanalok Kori Upahase. The Brahmin regularly read the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita in great transcendental ecstasy, but because he could not pronounce the words correctly, people used to joke about him. So this Brahmin's regularly reciting the Bhagavad Gita, but he is not so educated, so he cannot read or pronounce things properly. And people would joke about his pronunciations. Keho hase keho ninde tahanani mane avishtahaya gita pade anandita mane. Due to his incorrect pronunciation, people sometimes criticized him and laughed at him, but he did not care. He was full of ecstasy due to reading the Bhagavad Gita and was personally very happy. Pulakashru kampa shveda javat patan dekyanandita hoila mahaprabhurman. While reading the book, the Brahmin experienced transcendental bodily transformation. The hairs on his body stood on end. Tears welled up in his eyes, and his body trembled, and his hair stood on end. Tears welled up in his eyes, and his body trembled and perspired as he read. Seeing this, Mahaprabhu became very happy. Mahaprabhu Puchilatare Shuna Mahashai Konarta Jani Tomar Eta Sukhahoy. Mahaprabhu asked the Brahmin, "My dear sir, why are you in such ecstatic love? Which portion of the Bhagavad Gita gives you such transcendental pleasure?" Viprakohe Murka Ami Shubdartana Jani. Viprakohe Murkami Shabdartana Jani. Shuddha Shuddha Gita Pade Guru Agyamani. The Brahman replied, "I am illiterate and therefore do not know the meanings of the words. Sometimes I read the Bhagavad Gita correctly and sometimes incorrectly. But in any case, I am doing this in compliance with the orders of my spiritual master." Arjuna Rate Krishna Hoy Rajudar Basi Jache Hate Totra Shamala Sundar. The Brahmin continued, "Actually, I see only Lord Krishna sitting on a chariot as Arjuna's charioteer. Taking the reins in his hands, he appears very beautiful and blackish." So this is the Brahman's meditation while he's reading the Bhagavad Gita. He says, "I only see Lord Krishna sitting on a chariot as Arjuna's charioteer. Taking the reins in his hands, he appears very beautiful and blackish. Arjunare kahite chind hita upadesh Tarideki hoy mora ananda abesh." While seeing Lord Krishna sitting in a chariot and instructing Arjuna, I am filled with ecstatic happiness. Yavat padon tavat pana taradarshan elage gita pata nad chade moranam. As long as I read the Bhagavad Gita, I simply see the Lord's beautiful features. It is for this reason that I am reading the Bhagavad Gita and my mind cannot be distracted from this. Prabhu kohe pitapate tomari adhikar tumi e jana e gitaras artasar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the Brahmin, "Indeed, you are the authority in the reading of the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you know constitutes the real purport of the Bhagavad Gita." So Mahaprabhu likes very much this Brahma's mood. Prabhu kohe Gita pate tomara adhikar tumi se janahe gitarartasar. So the Brahman is caught up in this meditation. He's always remembering Lord Krishna as the chariot driver, which he is, and he's driving the chariot of Arjuna. So this is the image of the Bhagavad Gita. And the Brahman is meditating on that, and Mahaprabhu, even though he may be somewhat illiterate, maybe he's also pronouncing the verses incorrectly, Mahaprabhu was very satisfied with his mood and his devotion. Mahaprabhu told the Brahman, "Indeed, you are the authority in the reading of the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you know constitutes the real purport of the Bhagavad Gita." Eta boli se bipre koila lingan Prabhupada dori bipra korana rodan. After saying this, Mahaprabhu embraced the Brahman, and the Brahman, catching the lotus feet of the Lord, began to cry. Tomadeki taha hoite dviguna sukha hoy se Krishna tumi hena moramane loy. The Brahman said, "Upon seeing you, my unhappiness is, The Brahman said, "Upon seeing you, my happiness is doubled. I take it that you are the same Lord Krishna. Ketra spurtje taraman hayache nirmal ateva prabhur tatvad Shanila Sakal. The mind of the Brahmin was purified by the revelation of Lord Krishna, and therefore he could understand the truth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all details. Can you open that door? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now, Tabe Mahaprabhu Thare Korela Shikan Ebat Kahana Korea Prakashan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then taught the Brahman very thoroughly and requested him not to disclose the fact that he was Lord Krishna himself. Se Vipra Mahaprabhu Bora Bhakta Hoila Charimash Prabhu Sangha Kabuna Charila. The Brahman became a great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and for 4 continuous months he did not give up the Lord's company. Emata Bhatta Grihe Rohe Garachandra Nimantara Bhatta Sanghe Krishna Katananda. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu remained at the house of Venkadabhata and constantly talked with him about Lord Krishna. In this way he was very happy. Sri Vaishnava Bhata Sebi Lakshmi Narayan Tara Bhakti Deki Prabhu Tushta Hoilaman. Being a Vaishnava in the Ramanuja Sampradaya, Venkadabhata worshipped the deities of Lakshmi and Narayan. Seeing his pure devotion, Mahaprabhu was very pleased. So Mahaprabhu was staying at the house of Venkadabhata, and the semi-illiterate Brahmin came to see Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu liked his mood of devotion in reading Bhagavad Gita, although he could not pronounce the verses correctly. Still, Mahaprabhu was very satisfied by his internal meditation, always remembering Krishna driving the chariot of Arjuna. Now Mahaprabhu is staying 4 months with Venkadabhata, and he's changing Venkadabhata's conception. And here we'll hear instance of this. Nirantara Tara Sanghe Hoila Sakya Bab Hasya Parihase Duhe Sakyara Swabam. Constantly associating with each other, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Venkadabhata gradually developed a friendly relationship. Indeed, sometimes they laughed and joked together. Prabhu Kohe Bhatta Tomar Lakmita Korani Kanta Bhakka Stita Pativrata Shiromani. Mahaprabhu told the Bhattacharya, your worshipable goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, always remains on the chest of Narayan, and she is certainly the most chaste woman in the creation. So Venkadabhata is worshipping Lakshmi Narayan. Those are his deities, and Mahaprabhu tells him, your worshipable goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, always remains on the chest of Narayan, and she is certainly the most chaste woman in the creation. So it glorifies Lakshmi. Amara Thakur Krishna Gopa Gocharaka Sadvi Hayakene Chahe Tahara Sangama. However, my Lord is Lord Krishna, a cowherd boy who is engaged in tending cows. Why is it that Lakshmi, being such a chaste wife, wants to associate with my Lord? She's a wife of Lord Narayan. Why does she want to associate with my Krishna? Elagi Sukha Boga Chari Chirakao Vrata Niyama Kore Tapa Korila Upar. Just to associate with Krishna, Lakshmi abandoned all transcendental happiness in Vaikuntha, and for a long time accepted vows and regulative principles and performed unlimited austerities because she wanted to enter into the Rasa-lila in Vrindavan. She engaged in so many austerities, and he gave up her position in Vaikuntha trying to enter into Krishna's Rasa-lila. Kasyanu bhavo shana deva vidmahe tavangarenu Sparashadikara yadvanshaya shrir lananat charatapo vihaya kaman suchirandrita vrata. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, O Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kali attained such an opportunity to be touched by the dust of your lotus feet. Even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, for this end performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and observing austere vows. Indeed, we do not know how the serpent Kali got such an opportunity. So this is interesting, and this information is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The wives of Kaliya, they're known as the Naga Patnis. The white Naga refers to snake. Kaliya is a serpent. And his wives are seeing that when Kaliya poisoned the Jamuna, he's a poisonous snake, when he poisoned the Jamuna by being there, because he was afraid of Garuda, one of the carriers of the carrier of Vishnu. Garuda is a giant bird, and he would eat snakes, so wasn't vegetarian. So the Kaliya went to the Jamuna because he knew the Jamuna was protected, and that he wouldn't be killed in the Jamuna by Garuda. So he went to the Jamuna, but his poison was killing. So Lord Krishna went there to take Kaliya from the Jamuna, and when he was doing so, first Kaliya wrapped his coils around Krishna, and everyone was lamenting. The cowherd boys had entered in the water and they all died. They were lying there lifeless. But then Krishna came out of the coils of the Kaliya serpent, and he began Kaliya serpent had many heads, many hooded, like a cobra, many hooded heads. And Krishna began dancing on his heads very artistically. And the wives of Kaliya, they're known as the Nagapatnis, they were very amazed. They were thinking, our husband, after all, he's a snake, but somehow or other he's getting Krishna's mercy because Krishna's dancing on his heads. So how fortunate he is. And then they reveal this information. Lakshmi, she underwent austerities for so long, trying to be able to get the dust of Krishna's lotus feet to enter in his pastimes. So, but our husband Kaliya, he didn't do anything, and he's getting Krishna's mercy, and Krishna's dancing on his head, on his heads. So then, Mahaprabhu says his question to Venkatabhata, just associate with Krishna, Lakshmi abandoned all transcendental happiness in Vaikuntha, and for a long time accepted vows and regulated principles and performed unlimited austerities. And then that's confirmed, that's mentioned from this verse from Bhagavatam. The wives of Kaliya serpent are saying, "O Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kaliya attained such an opportunity to be touched by the dust of your lotus feet. Even the goddess of fortune for this end performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and observing austere vows. Indeed, we do not know how the serpent Kaliya got such an opportunity to be touched by Krishna's lotus feet." And so, but they, the Nagapatnis, the wives of Kaliya, give the information that Lakshmi also wanted to get the dust of Krishna's lotus feet and underwent centuries, for so many centuries, underwent austerities for so many centuries. And how is it that our husband Kaliya got this fortune? Then Bhatako he Krishna Narayan Ekai Swarup Krishna Deyadi Kalila Vaidagdyadi Rup. Venkatabhata then said, Lord Krishna and Lord Narayan are one and the same, but the pastimes of Krishna are more relishable due to their sportive nature. Tarasparshina hijai pativrata dharma kotuke latmi chahan krishnara sangama. Since Krishna and Narayan are the same personality, Lakshmi's association with Krishna does not break her vow of chastity. Rather, it was in great fun that the goddess of fortune wanted to associate with Lord Krishna. So, what he doesn't necessarily know, but he thinks that Krishna is an incarnation of Vishnu. Actually, it is the opposite. Vishnu is an expansion of Krishna. Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the original Lord. But Venkatabhatta said, oh, Lakshmi's not unchaste by pursuing pastimes with Krishna. Krishna is and Narayan or Vishnu are one. They're non-different. So it doesn't break her vow of chastity. But she's seeing that Krishna's pastimes are more variegated and sportive in nature. So she wanted to enter in Krishna's pastimes because she was attracted by that. But this is not unchaste. Siddhantatas tvabede pi shrisha Krishna sarupayo rasenod krishyate Krishna rupam esha rasastita. Venkatabhatta continued, according to transcendental realization, there is no difference between the forms of Narayan and Krishna. Yet in Krishna there is a special transcendental attraction due to the conjugal mellow, and consequently he surpasses Narayan. This is the conclusion of transcendental mellows. So it's natural, for the sake of enjoying rasa, Lakshmi wanted to enter into the pastimes of Krishna. So there's nothing wrong with this. She's not unchaste. This is Venkatabhatta's point. Krishna Sange Pativrata Dharma Nahinash Adikal Labda Paye Ararasa Vilas. The goddess of fortune considered that her vow of chastity would not be damaged by her relationship with Krishna. Rather, by associating with Krishna, she could enjoy the benefit of the rasa dance. So we can see Venkatabhatta, he's a devotee of Lakshmi Narayan. When Mahaprabhu says jokingly, why did your goddess of fortune Lakshmi undergo so many austerities to associate with Krishna? Then Venkatabhatta, that's his worshipable deities, then he becomes very defensive. Oh, this is not unchaste of her. She's, Krishna and Narayan are the same. They're the same Vishnu Tattva, they're related. It's not unchaste of her to want to do this. He becomes very defensive. Vinodini Latmir Hoy Krishna Abhilas Ihate Kidosha Kene Koraparihas. Venkatabhatta further explained, Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, is also an enjoyer of transcendental bliss. Therefore, if she wanted to enjoy herself with Krishna, what fault is there? Why are you joking? Why are you joking so about this? So he's very defensive. Why are you making a joke of this? Then, Prabhu ko he dosha nahi iha amijani rasana paila latmi shastre iha shuni. Mahaprabhu replied, I know there is no fault on the part of the goddess of fortune, but still she could not enter into the rasa dance. We hear this from the revealed scriptures. Nayam Shriyonga Unitandarate Prasada Swaryoshitam Nalina Gandarucham Kutonya Rasot Savesha Bujadanda Grihita Kanta Labda Shisham Ya Udagad Raja Sundarinam. When Lord Sri Krishna was dancing with the gopis in the Rasa-lila, the gopis were embraced around the neck by the Lord's arms. This transcendental favor was never bestowed upon the goddess of fortune or the other consorts in the spiritual world, nor was such a thing ever imagined by the most beautiful girls in the heavenly planets, girls whose bodily luster and aroma exactly resemble the beauty and fragrance of lotus flowers. And what to speak of worldly women who may be very, very beautiful according to material estimation. So, Lakmi Kenina Paila Ihar Kikaran Tapakori Kaiche Krishna Pai Paila Shrutiga. But can you tell me why the goddess of fortune Lakshmi could not enter the rasa dance? The authorities of Vedic knowledge could enter the dance and associate with Krishna. So here's the important point, which Mahaprabhu is the center of his jokes. Not that Lakshmi is unchaste to wander into the rasa dance with Krishna. Although somewhat defensively, Venkatabhata says, no, this is not unchaste. Krishna and Narayan are one. So then Mahaprabhu says, yes, I'm not saying that Lakshmi is unchaste. What I'm asking is why she was unsuccessful. She was unsuccessful in entering the rasa dance. She underwent austerities for so many centuries, and tried to enter into the rasa dance, but she was unsuccessful. But the Shrutigan, they're personified Vedas, they followed in the footsteps of the gopis, and they were born in families in Vrindavan, and they were able to enter into the Rasa-lila with Krishna. So Mahaprabhu was asking, why is it that Lakshmi was so unsuccessful? Not that she's unchaste, but she's unsuccessful. That's the point. Nibrita marun manoksha drida yoga yujo ridiyan munaya upasate tad arayopi yayus maranat striya uragendra bhoga bhuja danda visakta diyo vayamapite samasad samadri shongri saroja suda. Great sages conquer the mind and senses by practicing the mystic yoga system and controlling the breath. Thus, engaging in mystic yoga, they see the supersoul within their hearts and ultimately enter into impersonal Brahman. But even the enemies of the Supreme Lord attain that position simply by thinking of the Supreme Lord. However, the damsels of Braja, the gopis, being attracted by the beauty of Krishna, simply wanted to embrace him in his arms, which are like serpents. Thus the gopis ultimately tasted the nectar of the lotus feet of the Lord. Similarly, the Upanishads can also taste the nectar of his lotus feet by following in the footsteps of the gopis. So this is in reference to the personified Vedas. They were able to follow in the footsteps of the gopis and enter into Krishna's Leela, but the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, was unsuccessful. So the question is why? And there's a very simple answer. There are two conceptions, one of Krishna Loka and one of Vaikuntha Loka. And the mood of the Vaikuntha Loka is Aishwarya Gyan, which means opulence, awe, reverence. Those are rather, those are common forms of worship in many, many, many religions, have that awe and reverence. But in Krishna Loka, that is not the mood. The mood is not awe and reverence. Rather, the residents of Vrindavan are attracted by love. They're not attracted to Krishna because he's God. They don't even think of Krishna as God. They think of Krishna as their friend, Krishna as their son, Krishna as their lover. That's their conception. They're not worshiping Krishna because he's God. That would be the conception of Vaikuntha, of Aishwarya Gyan. And certainly Lakshmi is the most prominent figure in Vaikuntha, Lakshmi Narayan. She's the wife of Lord Narayan. Naturally, as a goddess of fortune, that there tells you that her mood is Aishwarya Gyan, opulence, awe, and reverence. And we'll hear later in the Hira Panchami that she manifests that ego. And because of that ego, because of that mood, she can't enter in Krishna's Leela, even though she may try for many centuries to undergo austerities. So Mahaprabhu says, I'm not saying she's unchaste, but she's unsuccessful. Why is that? Shruti pai, latmina pai, ite kikaran, Batakohe iha praveshite nare moraman. Having been asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu why the goddess of fortune could not enter into the rasa dance, whereas the authorities of Vedic knowledge could, Venkatabhata replied, I cannot enter into the mysteries of this behavior. Ami jiva kudra buddhi sahaje astir Ishvarer Lila Kote Samudra Gambhir. Venkatabhatta then said, I am an ordinary human being. Since my intelligence is very limited and I am easily agitated, my mind cannot enter within the deep ocean of the pastimes of the Lord. So also, he's very humbly saying that, but also he's admitting that his conception of worship is that of Lakshmi Narayan, so he can't understand these mysteries. His mood is that of following in that sense of awe, reverence, majesty. Tumi Sakat say Krishna, Jana Nija Karma, Jare Janda say Jane Tomara Lila Marma. You have to turn down the speaker, please, or turn it off. Turn it down. It's up too high.
It's the one inside is the problem.
Huh?
Down. Yo lo puse apagado desde el comienzo, allá afuera, pero es aquí.
Okay. Venkatabhatta then said, I am an ordinary human being. Since my intelligence is very limited and I am easily agitated, my mind cannot enter within the deep ocean of the pastimes of the Lord. Tumi Sakat say Krishna, Jana Nija Karma, Jare Janaha say Jane Tomara Lila Marma. You are the Supreme Lord, Krishna himself. You know the purpose of your activities, and the person whom you enlighten can also understand your pastimes. Prabhu kohe Krishna ek swabhava bilakan samadhurye sarva chita koryakarshan. The Lord replied, Lord Krishna has a special characteristic. He attracts everyone's heart by the mellow of his personal conjugal love, by his rasas. Krishna, his relationship of rasa with his devotees, Krishna attracts them. Brajalokera paye tahara charan tare ishwara kore nahi jane brajajan. By following in the footsteps of the inhabitants of the planet known as Rajalok or Goloka Vrindavan, one can attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. However, in that planet, the inhabitants do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Kehotari putra jnane udakale bande keho sakad jnane jini chade tarakande. There, someone may accept him as a son and sometimes bind him to a grinding mortar, like in the pastime of Damodar, where Mother Yashoda bound Krishna to a mortar, big stone mortar, so he couldn't cause mischief. He was causing mischief, and Mother Yashoda had much work to do in her house, churning butter and cooking, and Krishna was disturbing, so she bound him to a mortar. So there, someone may accept him as a son and sometimes bind him to a grinding mortar. Someone else may accept him as an intimate friend and attaining victory over him playfully climb on his shoulders. Brajendra Nandana Bole Tare Jane Braja Jan Aishwarya Jnane Nahi Kon Sambandha Manan. The inhabitants of Brajabhumi know Krishna is the son of Maharaj Nanda, the king of Brajabhumi, and they consider that they can have no relationship with the Lord in the rasa of opulence, in the sense of Aishwarya Gan. They cannot enter into relationship with Krishna with that mood of awe, reverence, and majesty. Vrajalokera Bhavi se Koraye Bhajan Sejana Pai Braje Brajendra Nandan. One who worships the Lord by following in the footsteps of the inhabitants of Brajabhumi attains him in the transcendental planet of Raja, where he is known as the son of Maharaj Nanda. Nayam Sukhapo Bhagavan Dehinam Gopika Sutta Jnaninam Chatma Bhutanam Yatha Bhakti Matamiha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then quoted, the Supreme Lord Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to those devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service, but he is not as easily acceptable He is not as easily accessible to mental speculators, to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body the same as the self. Okay, so I'm gonna stop today here, and tomorrow we'll continue from this place in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. But this is how Mahaprabhu is bringing Venkatabhatta to his conception. He's joking. Why is it you're worshiping Lakshmi? Why she was so eager to associate with Krishna, and she underwent austerities for so long. And then Venkatabhatta says, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Narayan and Krishna, they're the same, so it doesn't violate any vows of chastity. And then Mahaprabhu says, no, not that. But she was unsuccessful. Why? And then Venkatabhatta is confused. And Mahaprabhu explains to him, because Krishna's leelas are not based on awe and reverence. They're not based on opulence. They're based on spontaneous attraction, being attracted to Krishna. And then Mahaprabhu is introducing Venkatabhatta to that conception. And his whole family will become converted by Mahaprabhu. Many of the devotees, they do not know this central point. That the worship of Radha and Krishna is not based on awe, reverence, rules and regulations, austerities, formalities. It's not based on that. Many devotees don't understand that essential point. And that is why the Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mutt, how Srila Maharaj, he was able to bring this proper conception to people. Tomorrow will continue. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopa Govindaram Shimadhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Madanaman Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Dharanada Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatam Bhatta Raghuna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghuna Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jai De Vignana Shabishta Puran Jai Gosai Jarmui Daradas Dasabar Padarenu Mora Panchagas Tader Chanana Sevi Bhakasane Mas Janame More Amila Jai Gosai Shabe Baje Kolabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan Hare Nam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamura Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyasta Tara Sada Shishi Mad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charya Ashtatara Sada Shishi Mad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dacha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsiko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Vishvabaranya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Maharaj Ki Jai. And Sri Chaitanya Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Sham Kuna Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Sri Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.